then this may roll back. So whatever was created was automatically deleted. That's rollback, okay? And so you can use templates to create a stack of things. Okay, you have multiple stack, and each of these stack have a these things. It's from Lambda to your DynamoDB to your EMR and so on. Okay. The next one is a little bit important to us. It's a change set. So you have your original stack. It's working, it's running, or whatever. Okay, but you need to modify a little bit. So you actually, you don't go directly back to that stack to make the change. Okay, you actually have to, make the change in this is called change set. Okay, so you gotta create a change set. And the change set is on that. Okay, change set is basically is a copy of your stack, and then you modify that. Okay, it is not the original stack. I mean the documentation, okay, the template. So you copy a template, you modify this template, then this template become a change set. And then you give the change set to the CloudFormation, say, hey, I have some changes. And the CloudFormation will evaluate the change sets first. All right, so you got 10 different things, only one change. Okay, so CloudFormation will detect, 9 things they are the same and only one's change. So actually, I'm going to tell you about this. And then you got a message come on the screen, say, hey, only changes this, and do you want to continue? Okay, and if you say yes, then they make the change. So it is not delete everything, the original stack, and then recreate, the 10 things. All right. And also, this is something called drift. I don't have a slide in there. Excuse me 1 second. Let me close the door. Okay, this is something called drift. Okay, drift is for example, your stack creating EC2, and when it creates EC2 is a T2.micro. Okay, so it is an instance was created by your CloudFormation, and this is the instance. So you still can, or somebody can go to the management console, and look at this instance and say, change the instance type. So from T2.micro change to M3.extra large. So that is a change, but you didn't do the changes through the change set. You didn't do from the change set. You just directly went to that resource and make that change. And actually, we don't like this. There's a reason we create this, but in the templates and with T2.micro. There's a reason we do this. Okay, somebody just go in there and make that change, and we don't like that. The fortunate part is the CloudFormation will detect these changes automatically, and this become a drift from our original templates, and we can get notified about this. Okay, so we can be notified about that. Mitch is visiting us again. Okay, so that is called a drift. Okay, so these are the basic terminology. What is the stack, what is the change set, and what is the drift means in the CloudFormation. Okay, I think that's enough for us to do the lab. Okay, so once again, I do believe my lab has already been warmed up. So I'm gonna click AWS again, like that. I bring up to a separate page. All right, are you ready to do the lab with me? Yes. Are you ready to do that? Yes. All right, let's do the lab. Is there any other choice? No. We gotta finish this thing. Once again, we gotta suck it up and we gotta finish this thing, right? All right, so the step number 5 here says that we're actually going to right click this and this is YAML templates. So we're gonna right click this, open into another page. No, we actually download this already. All right, because I already have the IDE installed, so you add it actually automatically into the IDE by using this. So this is the stack. This is the configurations, and this is actually in YAML language. Okay, there's quite a bit of stuff here. Will you be able to download this, or will you be able to automatically open this into a IDE? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna either download the Visual Studio Code or Atom or Sublime, so either one works.
Oh yeah, because I'm using Sublimes. Okay. All right, so download like this. So you have a version, you have a description, there's a lab templates, you have a parameter. Parameter means that when you're running the stack, they actually be able to allow you to input this information. Okay, for example, this is input as the VPC sliders. Okay, and then you have a resource, and you have these things are gonna be created. So you have your lab VPC get created, IGW get created, VPC to IGW connections, and all of these public route table, and subnets, so all of these are gonna get created, even the security group. Okay, so all this is gonna create this, once again, this is a YAML file. Okay, this is called task1.yaml. All right, so I'm gonna keep this available. Okay, and they want us to look through the file, so you will notice the parameter sector and the resource sector and output sector. Okay, and this template is YAML again. It's not JSON. So we're gonna use the CloudFormation to run this stack. Okay, so step number 8. We are going to go to the CloudFormation. Okay, and we're gonna create a stack. There's no stack right now. Yeah, there's no stack right now. And I'm gonna create a stack. And this is step number 8. Okay, and we're gonna upload a template because we already have the template. So the template is ready. And we're gonna upload a template file. Okay, then you can choose the file. You can browse and upload this file. So I'm gonna choose this file. And this is on my desktop. It's called task1. Task1 YAML. Open, uploading. Okay. Then we can click next. Before I click next, are you okay with this so far? Any question about this? And once again, if you are here, please keep your cameras on. Jeff Tay, I don't see you. Danny, I don't see you. If I don't see you, it's gonna make me worry. It also make me angry. Yeah, and give me some stress. Okay. All right, so I have the stack. and have a basic configurations. So step number 8, I'm gonna click next. Okay, I'm gonna give a name of the stack. Okay, the stack name, and this is very simple, just called lab. Okay, the stack just called lab. Okay. So why I'm running this stack? Because there's a couple parameter here. There's under the parameter section, so there's a two here is a lab VPC and the public subnet CIDR. Okay, and they give us a default value here, and so the software will ask us about this. So if you don't like a 10./20, for example, or 10.something/24, you can actually have an option to change that because this is under parameter sections. Okay. Okay, this is the lab and the parameters here. Okay, /20/24 and click next.
Mr. James, I'm sorry. Can you go back a little?
Yeah, sure.
Can you go to the previous stage?
Okay.
Yes, and can you go to the view in designer?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit about
viewing in designer, it is a take your code, okay, and generate as a graph. Yeah, so you can see that in a graphical way. Okay, and you can reverse this as well. You can reverse this well. Reverse this means you actually can use the graph to help you automatically generate the code. And you also can switch between JSON and YAML. So, we provide YAML code. If you want to see JSON, they automatically translate this into JSON for us. Okay, so you have the code, you just upload your code. If you have to create it yourself, you can write a code, or you can use this the graphical editor, and you can choose whatever you need on the left hand side, drag into this this worksheet, and they will display this for us. Okay, so that's what is this for.
James, would you mind just to show again, how did you get to that?
Sure. Oops, I'm gonna be able to go back. Close. Leave side. I'm gonna be able to go back. Okay, actually, I want to.
I think you have to close.
I'm going to start with a new tab, and I'm gonna go to CloudFormation again. Well, I have not saved this stack, so I won't be able to see this stack. There's no stack there yet, so I'm going to choose close. I close everything. Okay, create a stack. Again, template is ready. If you save the templates on the S3, you actually can get it from S3. I'm gonna upload this, choose the file, and task 1, YAML. Uploading. And once again, this is right here at the bottom here, the view in the designer.
I saw it, thank you.
All right. So again, if you don't want to use the code, then you can start with the designer. Okay. And personally, I rather use code instead of a designer. Okay. But if you want to use a designer, after you're using a designer, they can translate it from the designer into the code. Okay, for you. All right, the stack name is lab. And these are the parameter. Click next. Okay, and we are on the step number 10 in the options. Okay. The option page can be used to specify additional parameters and so on. Okay, so you may have a tags, you may also have a permissions, you may have a what happened when the stack failed. You know, again, by default is roll back all the resource. That's whatever being created, it's all gonna be deleted. That's rollback means, okay. And you also have other things, you know, but we are not configuring those details. So we're gonna go to next. And also there's a configuration stack option. Okay, there are other options. You know, we're going to create a stack. Okay, the stack is being created. So creating in progress. Okay, and if you want to see the progress, you can actually refresh this. Okay, refresh this or refresh the other one. So see, these are the lab, the IGW, the VPC, the VPC, they are all in creation. Okay, so user initiated, you know, when we start and start creating. All right, so something already been created. You know, security group already been created. Okay, and public route table, it is creating, okay. All right, another thing has been completed, and that's the route table. So the overall is still in creation in the, creation complete. It is done. You know, can you imagine that if we have to create, you know, 5 different things, if we have to use a management console, we're gonna click, you know, 100 times already. And if you have a code, oh my God, you know, how long it took? You know, from the beginning, that is 21942, okay, 21942, and complete as a 22041. 1 minute.
Mr. James,
Yeah,
in the script, then what does it mean for the I post it into the chat, the ref, and then the shop exclamation. What does it mean by that?
Okay, where
You see
is
that like the CIDR block, lab, VPC, and then ref. You see.
Oh, these are the ref. This res means a reference. Okay, so this is gonna reference the lab's VPC CIDR. Okay, so if you go down, they are lab VPC CIDR, or it is in the parameter. Go back to the parameter. Okay, lab VPC CIDR. So it is defined right here, but it's actually asks you to reference another sections in the code. It's like a calling another function.
It just keeps you from having to retype that over and over again.
That's
Also,
right.
because this is a template and configuration, if you were to have it in another account where the lab VPC and the CIDR is different, it'll automatically populate that for you.
So in other words, you don't want to hard code right here. You don't want to hard code right here. You actually tell them to reference here. So later on, if you port this to another environment and you want actually using the different CIDR, you know, you can simply just change this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. James. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah. All right, so you only take 1 minute. So instead of us to click, this is all ready. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Okay. So for example, if I go back to my regular, you know, management console, and I'm going to the VPC. See, the lab VPC has been created for us. Okay. So the lab VPC has been created. The other one's the default VPC that come with the, you know, whenever you're using the come with the account. Okay, the lab VPC, so the route table, all those things has been created. All right, we're gonna go for the task number 2. We're gonna add in the S3 bucket to the stack. Okay, you're actually modifying the stack now. You're actually creating a change set. This thing is running. This thing has been created, okay? All right, so in this task, you're gonna gain experience by editing the CloudFormation templates and understand how we're gonna make changes, okay? Where is it? Okay, you should edit the YAML file and use this document page to assistant S3 template snippet. I'm gonna open this and look at a YAML example. All right, so YAML examples in terms of the bucket is a MyS3 bucket type and so on. This is kind of code right there. Okay. The code should go under the resource header in the templates file. And you do not require any proprietary properties for this bucket resource. Okay, you only need 2 lines, okay, to identify this. All right, so we're gonna be very, very brief, and we are going to work on this. So if you have this as your Sublime file, or if you're using any other IDE, all right, so we're gonna go under the resource, okay? See right here, this parameter first, then resource. And these things are resources, you know, IGW and so on, okay? So we're actually gonna do it with the S3, okay? Go back to the reference. You know, we need YAML, this is YAML. So my S3 bucket type, you know, AWS S3 bucket. All right, so what does this mean? How are we gonna be able to do this? Let's see. YAML S3 bucket. So we have to create these 2 lines here. But how about name for the bucket? You got a bucket, you got properties, you got the bucket policies, and you got bucket reference, S3 bucket.
James, go back to the instruction.
Okay. Okay. So the code should go under the resource, right? That's not a problem. It's going under the resource. So we're going to add a couple lines here. Okay. And indents are important for YAML. So we're going to be line up from with like a lab. So we're going to have 2 spaces here. So this line up with the resource, the next resource. Is that right? Yep. All right. And you do not require any property for this. You only need 2 lines. Okay. And my question is this 2 lines?
Yeah, this one, yeah.
Yeah, but what about the bucket name?
So I think you need just to create just a bucket without any. So I think the system is gonna generate the name for this bucket.
That's pretty dangerous, but I will trust you this time.
But you can put like specific name. But so we're just following the lab. So the lab need just 2 lines.
Okay, so this 2
You see,
lines.
in the instruction, it said that it only needs 2 lines.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I'm going to there's 2 lines here. Okay, I'm gonna bring this and make this pretty. All right, so S3 bucket type is a S3 bucket. Okay. So we only need these 2 lines. All right. Okay, I'm gonna save this. And I'm gonna actually save this as, I'm gonna actually create the task number 2 now. And hopefully I'm doing this correctly. Okay. So task number 1 is the first version. Task number 2 is the second version, which you have the S3 bucket in there now. All right, so I got this ready. And once you have added this templates, continue the following step to update your stack. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to update the stack. All right, so we are going to go back to the CloudFormations, and we have stacks already. So we're going to choose the lab stack, and we're going to click update. So let's update on the top here. Click update. Okay, and we're going to replace the current templates. Okay. Wait a minute. I save into the different templates. So let me go back and let me save this back to the task 1. Okay. Save as task 1. Replace. Okay. So it's the same template, you know, but has an update in there. Okay, and we are going to choose update. We're going to replace the current template, replace the current templates, replace current templates. Okay, and then choose upload template file, upload template files, and again, task 1. So if you actually, you know, save that into the task 2, you can choose the task 2 now. We're still replacing the current templates. Step number 19. Okay, and then we'll click next. All right, so this is where are we? Okay, this is step 19. Okay, the site range is still the same. We didn't change that. We're only adding the S3 to this. And then we'll click next. Tags is the same, permission is the same. And on the specified stack detail. Specified tag.
You just did step 20. This is step 21.
Oh. No, wait a minute. Step 20, right? Specified
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah, you just did that one. You're on
Done
step
that
21.
already?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm on 21 now. Okay, so on the configuring tag options, and once again, click next. Okay, and what do I have here? It's a review tag, review tag lab, right? Then we're gonna do an update stack. Update stack, this is step 22. Okay, it's updating. Okay, again, updating in progress. Okay, so right here, and this should be real quick. And in progress. Okay. Until the update it is complete. Complete, create a S3 bucket, create a complete. And your update is also complete. Okay, so the S3 has been added to this stack. All right, so let's verify. Let me verify this. You don't have to do this. You know, so I'm gonna go to another tab. Oops. I'm going to open on a new tab and I'm going to go to S3. Okay, and this is the one has been created for us. All right.
Yes, the second one.
S lab S3 bucket. And also very interesting, the cloud formations is also creating a bucket and have our code in there. Okay, cloud formation templates. Okay, this has also been created for us. Okay, so if this is your real account and you want to practice, make sure you also go back to S3 and delete these templates. Otherwise, you are paying for the S3. You know, even though this is a pretty small file, but you know, in the long run, you still have to pay for this. So lab S3 bucket with their random number generator was created for us. I go back to my CloudFormation, click the resource tab. Okay, am I in the right place? And that's VPC. Resource tab right here. All right, so resource tab here. So you have the security group, IGW, lab VPC, public route table, public route table, and a route table association, subnet, S3 bucket, and also the IGW connection all have been created for us by the CloudFormation. All right, so this is the resources creating. Okay, so far so good, right? All right, let's see what we can do. The task number 3. Add an Amazon EC2 instance to the stack. Okay, and so in this case, in this, we need to go back to the templates, and we're gonna add in these lines in the parameter sections. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my sublines here, but this, it is under the parameter sections. Once again, don't use tab, okay? Do not use tab. Okay, so I need to copy and paste this. And I'm gonna line out with 2 spaces. Paste. Okay. All right, did I line up correctly? Okay, Amazon Linux AMI ID type, and also default. Okay, and once again, I'm very worried about this lining up with this indentations. And if the indentation is incorrect, then you know we are gonna have a problem. Okay, because based on the indentation, they will understand parameter. You have 3 things now. Okay. Okay, what else we need to do? Do we need to change anything? This parameter use the system manager parameter store to retrieve the latest AMI. Okay, and for the stack regions, and this makes it easy to deploy stack in different regions without having to manually specify the AMI ID for every region. And again, you know, keep in mind that your AMIs are regional. All right, for more information, blah, blah. Okay, so when writing the CloudFormation templates, you can refer to other resources in the templates by using a ref. Okay. For example, here is a portion of the task 1 template that define the VPC. And once again, this is it. And that is define the VPC. Okay. and using this. Okay, ref. So you have a ref VPC, ref and this. Okay. Okay, using this tip below to update the template by adding AWS Amazon's EC2 instance, with the following parameters. Wow. All right, so I think I would rather to Google this. Okay, I would rather Google this. Okay, YAML code for creating EC2 instance. I'm just so lazy today. Okay, CloudFormations. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, James, I
Yeah.
think that for your supply, then when you press the tab, it automatically converted into the space.
Well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Which part are you talking about?
No, I'm talking that because I see you worry about tab or space. Then I think that by default, the Sublime is automatically convert the tab into the spaces.
Really? I didn't know that. That would be a lifesaver. Okay, I didn't know that, but again, that would be a lifesaver. Okay. All right. But anyway, I was using spaces, so I think I should be fine. But now I'm working on adding the EC2 instance. Okay. And so we have to have an image, we'll have a type, we'll have a resource, a security group, we have a subnet ID, and we got a tag. All right, how are we gonna be able to do this? Again, I'm no genius. You gotta refer to this. Right, the type is property. So this is a template. So that many things you can add for a EC2. Okay, that's pretty complicated. Let's see whether we have a simple example. All right, these are the documentations for everything. Wow, look at that. All right, so let me try to Google this again. Okay. YAML code creating EC2 instance. I'm gonna look for something easier. If you find it, let me know, because I'm looking at right now. Okay, I think this is easier. Resource and type. You're starting with the type. EC2 instance, property, instance type. Okay, I think this is easier. All right, so I'm gonna work with this example. Okay, so this is under property. Okay, under the resource. So you have a resource, you have a, we don't have to worry about this web and this the type. Okay, so we're gonna start from here. Copy this. And again, you need to put it under the resource. I'm gonna take a Nathan's suggestion. I'm gonna use tab now. No, I'm not gonna do that. We're using spaces. Okay, and paste this. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to take a look at this. What do they want us to do? All right, so So image ID refer to the Amazon Linux AMI ID, which is a parameter add to the previous step. So we're gonna do a ref to this. That's the image ID. So I'm gonna delete this. And there was a ref to the Amazon AMAZON Linux AMI ID. Are you agree with me on this or not?
Yeah.
Then it's a T3 micro. Okay, it's a T3 micro. So we reference this to the above. Okay, that's the image ID instant type. And we also have the security group. Okay, and we have the a reference to this one. Okay, so I'm gonna actually add in this now. I can copy, and again, I'm gonna use a space bar and paste security group and colon, and that will be reference to the APP security group. So where is the APP security group? Just make sure it is correct.
I think in the bottom.
In the bottom, okay. APP security group. Okay, so again, make sure my uppercase, lowercase, they are all correct. And that's the security group. Then next one is the subnet ID. Okay. Copy, paste. Subnet ID, that's going to be public subnet. Okay, and the next one will be tag. And we are going to copy and paste this. But this need to have a 2 space indents. Paste. Okay, so lining up these things is a big job.
Hello, Mr. James.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the public, for the subnet ID,
Mhm.
don't you supposed to ref it in reference to it?
Oh, ref. Yeah. You're so right. You are so right. You are so right. Okay, anything else I missed?
What does the ref do, James?
A ref is like a calling the definition somewhere else in this document. So for example, your subnet ID is called public subnet ID. So you ref the below, you have a subnet ID somewhere. You have the definition on the somewhere in this. Again, let's make
It
sure.
should be at the top
Should
because
be at the
they read from top to bottom, so it would need to be somewhere up where they
Okay.
define what.
Oh,
what
yeah,
those are.
right here. Oh, no, wait a minute, there's a public subnet CIDR. Public subnets, where is the public subnet? VPC,
I think
IGW,
in the bottom.
sorry?
Yeah, just scroll down.
Yeah, route table,
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
right here, public subnets, right here. So you wrap it right here. So you reference to a definition somewhere else. That's the ref means. Okay. So it has to be found in the same documentation. Okay. Okay, what else we need to do? Here are some tips. Use this document resource only into 5 property list above, ref, security group. Security group. Okay. I better save this. I'm gonna save this as a task 3.
James, how do you know how to indent again? Because mine's looking all out of place.
I'm just using spacebar.
2 times for each line.
Yes, but if you look at the others, for example, if you look at you can reference what is happening. For example, when I'm adding this Amazon Linux AMI ID, I just want to line out, this is under parameters, so I'm gonna want to line out with the previous 2. And resource, I want to line up with the button, like a lab VPC here.
So those faint lines that you see in front of those will let you know where you are as far as your indentation is concerned.
Yes.
So if you go over, like on line 34, you see how there's 3 faint lines in front of it? That means there were 3 indentations before it gets to instance type. So that's how you can know how many indentions you've done.
Yep, very good. So that's a six spaces. All right. So this is another reason you want to use a IDE when you're doing something like this. So your IDE software going to help you a lot on on this little things. And some of the IDE software will auto fill for you, automatic fill for you, and automatic bring out something. It's very convenient. All right, so once you have added this, update your stack. So I have updated this now. So I'm gonna go back to my stack and choose my stack. I'm gonna update this and replace the current. Okay, and I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna choose the task number 3. That's my latest version. Okay. And I'm gonna be very, very brave and to do this. So next, replace the current. Oh, wait a minute, I uploaded this already. So why does it bring it back to me? Templates formation, YAML now where format, line 32, column 15, okay. Line 32. Line 32.
You have your name, your EC2 first.
I have my name of EC2 first.
Yeah, before the type, you have to put on any the name for that for the resource you are relating. Like the S3 bucket, we see that in the above. You can type any, like the EC2, EC2
type,
anything.
type. Okay, so the type is didn't line up correctly. Type and the default. Okay, so does need to have 2 spaces like this. All right, that sounds better, right?
No, you have to name it.
You have to put a name.
Put the name for the resource.
I put in the chat.
Like anything, like my EC2 or web server or
Web
anything.
instance.
Okay, so before the tab or after the tab type?
No, yeah, this one.
Yes, above the type, yes.
Just put
Oh,
any
wait a minute. Okay, so I have to do the
name
like a
of
web
system. Yeah.
appliance instance.
Yeah, and I think you had to put it into the right indent.
This has to be indented.
Yes, in the left indent.
Okay, so I have to decrease this indent. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. My eyes just fall out of my face. So I give it a name. Okay, the type and property.
Yes, but it still failed because for the security groups, this is supposed to have the array.
Security group. Okay, you mean right here?
Yes, yes.
And this still gonna fail.
Yeah, it's gonna fail.
Okay, I want to see how it failed.
Yep.
Okay. Save this. Come back later. Okay. And this has been uploaded. Task 3 next. Still the template format error. You are now with well, still line 32, column 15. Yeah, still say line 32, column 15. This is the same as yours? Is this the first 3 lines the same as yours?
Yes. Maybe you have to go back and you go in again.
You know, redo this is what you're saying.
Or you just click next and then you can come back. It will, if the syntax is correct, it will disappear. Okay, so now it's not.
Yeah, still line 32, column 15. Still same message. I'm gonna redo this. Go back to the lab. Okay, go to the update. Replace current templates. Upload. Task 3. Open. Next. All right, now tell me 33, column 16.
I put my email in the chat. You can download it on the
Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, I see, because the ref is the incorrect syntax. The R should be the capital.
Ahmed, are you seeing this?
Yeah, I just
Just security detect. Are you trying to send me a virus? And so I'm gonna put this task number 22. Okay, to separate this. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the task 22. Try to open this. Oops. Where's it? Open file, open file. All right, task 22. Okay, so you got this. Does that seem like mine?
I think it's case sensitive on some of this.
Yeah, because the ref, you have the lowercase, but it should be the capital, uppercase.
Okay, thank you for saying that. Task 3.
You see the
So line
reference?
33 exclamation
reference?
point should be capital R.
Capital
E.
R.
You know, I thought that, well, in that case, the rest is all should be capital R, right?
Yeah, it is.
They all should be changed to capital R. And any place that's a ref, there should be, oh yeah, this is capital R. Capital R, capital R, capital R, capital R, capital R. Okay. I was surprised that IDE didn't change this for me. You see what I'm saying? All right, again, save this. All right, finger crossed. One more time.
No, you have to choose the file again after you
Yeah, I
reset
know.
it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have to do this. I gotta choose file again to replace that. Okay, I got another problem.
So your app security group, it should be capital A. If you see line step 25, that reference, it's capital APP security group.
Thank you very much. Like this. Okay, and again, let me go down there and double check this APP security group. APP uppercase A. Thank you, Donna. Okay. I'm gonna in big trouble without you guys for doing this. And let's reload this. Next. Ooh, finally, So this is the parameters, and we actually can change, if you don't like the use of the 10, you can use something else. And also this you cannot change. There's an AMI ID they pick up for you for that region. Okay, so it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm gonna make this as easy as possible. I'm gonna just stay with this and click next. Okay, so tag, I'm gonna permissions, go back. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this the same, next. And I'm going to update stack. Hi, at least I don't have an error message that says update is in progress. Ooh. Okay, so it's rolling back. This is not good. Okay. Rollback is complete. What did I do wrong?
That is called the security. It's supposed to be the array.
Okay.
So you have to put it in the array format.
Okay. I'm gonna look at his the security resource security. You mean right here?
No, I think it's so you have to put it in the another line. I think so.
Yes, I post it into the chat. You can refer to that. Yeah. Like the tab. You see the tabs. It have a array, another object into the tab. So just enter to another line with the hyphen in front of that.
Okay. So let me take a look at yours. So security group. Where's my security group? S3 bucket. Wait a minute, where am I? I'm on task 3. Resource security group right here. That's the security group you mentioned here. And tag. I don't see any difference. There's Nathan. Security groups, right? Security group IDs.
You have to put this one, the rave, this one in another line. Just
Another line with the hyphen.
Like this?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Well, is there a space or not?
It should be a page or not. Yeah. That indicates that the security groups ID, this should be a list, not just a single value.
Okay, great. All right. And again, let's save this. And let's do this again. Well, is my stack still there or not? Stack has been rolled back, but it's okay. So choose a lab, choose update. Replace current templates, upload. And task number 3. Next. 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 Create. Okay. Again, finger crossed. So far, so good. complete. I go back to management console and I'm gonna go to EC2 and make sure this has been provisioned. Yeah, app server has been created. Initializing. All right, so your CloudFormation is working now, finally. All those little details. The pain you're going through to creating your templates and going through the troubleshooting and make sure everything's gonna help you a lot in the future. You know, if you want to redo this, now you have a working template, so you just have to modify a little bit. Lastly is to delete the stack. So if you delete the stack, everything that you create is gone. Okay, which is so good because you're not gonna forget anything. All right, so we are going back to the CloudFormation and we're gonna go to the stack. We're gonna choose this one and we're gonna say sayonara, delete. Okay, so delete is going on. So everything deletes in progress. Touch this. Touch this. All right, so delete is still in progress. All right, so there's no error message. So obviously this is working. Probably just gonna take a couple minutes to delete everything. And we are done with this lab now. Okay, and hopefully that you are enjoying this lab. You know, at least you have a better understanding what is a CloudFormation now. Okay. We're gonna take a quick 10 minutes break.